Bright Labs. Let's talk about Bright Labs and what is Bright Labs? How is Bright Labs? And then just give us the
So,
top line as to how Booz Allen Hamilton is marching along on this capability.
yeah, no, thank you very much. And, our Bright Labs organization is out of our Chief Technology Office, where we're really looking at experimenting and prototyping with new technologies and then applying them to our clients' missions. So, one of the big areas that we're involved in and we help lead up for across Booz Allen involves 5G and next G technologies as well as Edge Cloud. And it certainly has been a great ride over the last 4 or 5 years for us as we've been working with the DoD and others in terms of researching, developing, engineering, deploying 5G. Some of the efforts that we've been doing involves even at Guam and Norfolk with some of the OTAs and hopefully what'll soon to become production 5G networks that we're deploying for various use cases, and even working with partners like Nokia on new innovations that take into account those unique type of environments and requirements that we've seen emerging out of, let's say, shipborne 5G networks and on the peer side. So that certainly has been some great efforts for us, and we look to continue to work with the DoD in terms of more use cases like that. We've also been able to test new types of applications and devices to really, deploying 5G just for 5G that doesn't really necessarily solve anything for anyone, right? It's not until you get more rich types of applications and devices that are able to leverage that infrastructure when you really start to reap the benefits. So we've done some AR, VR testing over 5G networks as part of some of these OTA efforts, which has really given us some lessons learned and an understanding of how 5G can improve the performance of those types of applications. We've taken a look at how do we take commercial devices and connect them to private 5G networks, not always
Yeah.
a trivial thing, as well as expanding the types of devices that might be out there for certain use cases like asset tracking, types of use cases that we've seen out in Guam, for example. And then finally, Booz Allen has a very rich background in cybersecurity. And as a result, we've done a lot of efforts there. We have an effort out of NTIA with one of the grants to take a look at the security of vulnerabilities associated with ORAN. That was definitely a hot topic initially when people were starting to look at Open RAN and just looking at what the impacts are on the attack surface. And so that's been a big effort of ours, as well as doing other security research and development for other clients across the DoD and elsewhere. And then even commercially, working with some organizations there, service providers and the like, to really understand how do they implement things like security by design when they're standing up new 5G networks.
Absolutely.